Where do you go now? So he chose, we saw Vortex choose Priest against Priest, which means either A, he feels super confident, or it's a little bit more controlling. Like maybe he plays Ysera and Mind Control and like skipped out on something a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's going to go into Warrior, and I don't think it's a terrible play. I think that Warrior is slightly favored in this matchup.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah, it's not, like, if Priest wins, it's not some big, like, wow, how'd he do it? But, like, yeah, it's, the burst potential of Warrior is quite nice against Priest.
Yeah, that is true. Alex Straza puts a real amount of pressure, especially if you are able to use all of their Shadow Word deaths out before they're able to get those threats.
So true. All right, so we'll see how this goes.
You think SEUNGJAE's recovered from the previous game mentally?
Well, he ended up winning, right? And that extra 2 points of damage was actually kind of good in a way. He wouldn't have cast that at any other point during the game. The game would have gone on at least another turn.
Fair
right?
enough.
So, just throwing that out there.
Wild Pyromancer being tossed out on an empty board. No, what about Dark Cultist on turn 2, so that way you can get ahead of whatever weapon and minion you can put out?
Yeah. I think his thought process is saving the coin because he has 2 6-drops.
Sure.
And that's not the most useful card against Warrior because of Armor Smiths and Acolytes, so it's like, I'm okay with it. I don't think it's like a fantastic play, but, you know, his curve is staying together pretty well here.
All right, well, he's got the Dark Cultist out, and that can easily get challenged by the Cruel Taskmaster.
Yeah. A challenge the Cruel Taskmaster is certain to win.
That's right. He always has the last say.
But the thing is, he's always tag teaming with other people. He's like one of those WWF wrestlers that brings in the chair at the end.
No, he's the guy who baits people out in like Call of Duty, just like baits his teammates because he's waiting in the corner with a shotgun.
Oh.
And then you come out and he teabags you like he's the guy who didn't coordinate the entire thing.
God, I hate getting teabagged like that.
A lot of people don't actually know what teabagging is, and they're going to look it up
I have
and
no
hate
idea,
us.
yeah.
All right. Well, there's not really a big play here. Thought Steal to pick up 2 Harrison Jones.
Wow, that is a fantastic Thought Steal.
That's pretty.
Pretty
good. You know, to get the card draw and shut down the weapons is
it's insane.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And Sludge Belcher is surprisingly effective against control decks like Warrior, where they don't want to use like Shield Slam against that card at all, but they sometimes have to.
Quite the case. Well, I'm really liking this Priest position at this point. That was just such a strong Thought Steal. That's the funny thing about Priest is, like, I think it's actually, like, Paladin is favored against Priest and Warrior's slightly favored against Priest, but with good Thought Steals, it just changes right into Priest.
Yeah, that's always the X factor.
Yeah.
Cabal Shadow Priest taking the 2/2 is pretty strong because now he can challenge the Sentient Shield Master. And even Sylvanas on this board is not even that intimidating because Priest can trade in and then kill off everything whenever he gets stolen.
Yeah, it's really not a big deal here, so I don't know if he's even going to play Sylvanas, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the Shield Slam, yeah. This is quite a nice play. I like it. Clear the board out. The Priest doesn't actually have that many great minions in the deck. You don't really need to save your removal for certain guys like you do, for instance, in the Warrior Mirror.
Yeah. You just need to be able to remove the Sylvanas and oftentimes the silence of some kind. But Sylvanas on this board doesn't even feel that great because he can Suicide in, use like a Fiery War Axe, which maybe you'd be happy because you can steal the weapon when draw a card. But
I actually would have preferred Sludge plus Power, to be honest.
I like having Sylvanas as an answer to cards like Cairn or even Ysera to a certain extent if if you don't have a way to deal with it.
I don't like a counter Sylvanas drop here.
Well, the other option is to give your opponent a Cruel Taskmaster.
Yeah, which is not that fun, but you could play a Sludge with it.
That's true.
Kind of down the impact, but I feel like this Sylvanas is just lost.
Dangerous.
Yeah, unless he draws like...
You are playing a dangerous game, Vortex, because if your opponent had Shadow Madness...
Oh, boy.
Okay, is there any... Can we do any shenanigans here? Tomfoolery,
I'm
if
looking
you
for
will.
some shenanigans. I mean, He can take a coin flip to win the game by holy firing or something, but I don't really like that. I think you just clean up, to be honest.
Sure. But then you give your opponent back the ability to respond with
what,
like
though?
their own Savant. I don't know, Brawl?
Ooh, I don't like a Brawl here. Like, I don't actually even like the
Shield
Sludge Belcher
slamming
that
their
much.
own Savant. Like, if you feel like Black Knights attacks and shield slams his own Sylvanas to steal his opponents.
Yeah, yeah.
But you do have ways to clear afterwards, so maybe he's okay with that.
He can just steal his opponents if he just uses Cruel on the Sludge.
Sure. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I didn't like the Sludge play that much. He wasn't like needing to play something like that. And now
He's
he
going to
just
take
steals.
his opponent's Sylvanas.
It's pretty crazy.
Nicely done.
And he can even... Ooh.
Nice. The crowd is loving it.
Yeah. Stealing your opponent's Sylvanas, it's like the ultimate punishment move.
That's right.
You got to be very mathematical about your Sylvanas.
Because now Priest has to spend a removal card when Sylvanas was supposed to be a removal card in this game.
Yeah.
So he's going to be fighting 2 down, and that's where Thought Steals have to come into play here if you're SEUNGJAE.
Yeah. Well, you know, at least he does have like a Holy Nova in hand to be able to remove Sylvanas in this 2-2 really easily. So that's nice. But you should be afraid of that. So I feel like Acolyte of Pain might be a nice play here. Just kind of assuming that that's going to occur.
Yeah, but you know, the synergy off of Sludge Belcher and Armor Smith.
It's true.
You don't expect it to be a good pairing. You know, they're the couple that you don't really expect them to be that good, but they're charming.
Made for each other.
You just have to get to know them. Yeah, they're made for each other. Exactly.
Well, he's going to clear this board right out, isn't he?
Look at this Holy Nova. Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Oh, he doesn't want it stolen. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's a lot of armor.
That is 37 health, and Priest has no way to put pressure on. In fact, Alexstrasza going to get slammed down, and this gets to the point where you are in fear of dying from almost every point. And he doesn't have Shadow Word Death or a way to get this Alexstrasza.
You got to be kidding me. Turn 9. He's got to actually use Power Word. Like, he has to kill this. He has to, or the game is over.
So you drop a minion in Power Word Shield, or are you're drawing Power Word Shield first?
Okay, it matters what cards he has left in his deck here. Like,
just Shadow Word Death.
I think Shadow Word Death is the only way, right?
So you slap it onto your injured Blade Master?
Probably. Sounds about right.
I mean, Dark Cultist is about the same effect either way.
That's not it.
No, it's not. That is really amusing that 2 Harrison Jones is in the hand of Priest. Hasn't been able to get played at all
like his
against
hand
a warrior.
His hand is fantastic. He just isn't drawing the right cards, I guess. Do you think is he playing just one Shadow Word Death?
Did he meant to play Injured Blade Master and he misclicked again and hit Holy Nova?
Oh my God! This guy probably only plays on the iPad, so a mouse is foreign to him.
Oh my God! Oh, I have to feel bad if that's the case. I mean, it is a possibility that we're overanalyzing it, but one thing is for sure: Vortex is trying to close out this game with Alexstrasza alone. He doesn't even need Grommash. Oh, poor SEUNGJAE.
Oh boy.
I mean, if he just takes care of this Alexstrasza, he either throws away his entire board and puts out an Injured Blade Master, or he has a mind control and just dies. Like, his only play here is the Holy Fire, this Alexstrasza.
Yeah, he absolutely has to do it, so.
Well, in the meantime, you can tag on the health to Injured Blade Master.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's a reasonable size. But if there's a Shield Slam,
it just
that
dies.
Injured Blade Master is going to die with the force of 1,000 suns.
Or with 18 points of damage, which it's vaguely, it's about the same.
Yeah, I rounded up.
Slightly.
I don't know. Would you rather die burning in the sun, or would you rather get shield slammed by Garrosh?
Okay, both these seem really terrible, but I guess they're probably better than drowning. I'm very surprised that you didn't play the... No way. I would not do that because that is such a misplay.
No, because you don't want to show that you didn't give it.
Oh, man. That's just embarrassing again. Poor SEUNGJAE.
Yeah. He's just, the nerves are really showing.
Yeah.
It's just that he's very frazzled. And now Vortex just has to draw. And he can even use Baron Gan to draw plus clear the board. This has just been a disaster for the Priest player.
Well, he definitely has not gotten lucky with its draws in some ways.
No.
Well, actually, he got some lucky cards. It just didn't work out.
Well, I mean, 2 Harrisons with no weapons.
Hey, there it is.
Well, right on time.
Playing Harrison on the board. Oh, man. SEUNGJAE looks actually pained right now.
He does. Someone slide him some Tums or something.
His stomach has to be sick after some of these misclicks, man.
Wow. And Warrior still can't kill Priest. This is actually somewhat amusing to an extent because the Warrior is the one that's supposed to be bursting the Priest, but it seems like Priest has been barely surviving with 1 point of health every time.
Okay, how do you go about, like, I think Armor Smith and the Ghoul, and then, like,
I mean,
there's not like a lot of options here, to be honest. He doesn't want to play
Would you
Gromash.
toss the Owl out just so you had the extra point of damage?
Well, he's going to kill the Ghoul and it'll just die. So I'd
you're
say
right.
No. You watch Priest come back for it, and it's happening.
If Priest comes back, Artosis, I will chop off a part of this tie and eat it on stream.
All right, I got to actually go over there and talk to Vortex.
You're going to stop the game and tell Vortex, like, listen, man, you don't actually need to win this game. You'll still be in the series. Listen, but SEUNGJAE's up 2-1, right?
Have you ever wanted to see Frodan eat a piece of clothing on TV?
I will.
He's like, oh, my God, that is my dream.
It's okay. I bought this tie from a fair trade organic place, so it should be okay to digest, too. I mean, how are you going to even come back from this position whatsoever?
You can't play Akanai. You need to heal every turn.
Well, he healed this turn. I think like Akanai is just some pressure, and he might be able to kill it off. And once again, Warrior's unable to kill Priest. This often happens in these type of games, by the way.
Yeah. Well, when you're using your cruel taskmasters like their SI7 agent's little brother that failed the academy, as you said, Frodan, so eloquently, that, you know, this is something that can happen.
So Warrior's going to go to 48 health, and Priest has 8 damage on the board, so even if he attacks 6 turns, Warrior would still be alive. That's how far away Warrior feels. And you know what? You're right. Can't heal. So
can't heal. I don't know why. Like, Akanai is your worst friend when you're that low on health.
Yeah, Akanai is a cool mistress.
You can't heal.
Shadow Madness.
It doesn't really.
We're killing this Armor Smith too, right? Or does it not even matter? Like,
you have to kill the Armor Smith. You can't heal. The Armor Smith will kill you before you can kill the Warrior.
That
the
is
Warrior
so
has
funny.
so much
like
health.
Armor Smith is actually pretty significant pressure.
She's real pressure right now.
Yeah.
This Armor Smith. The only thing that would be scarier is any minion with more than 1 attack.
Like the 400 in the game?
Something like that, Frodan, yes.
Well, we're getting there slowly but surely.
Very slowly, but
he's saving the second Harrison, which, oh my goodness. Well, a Harrison does appear. This is actually getting a little comical at this point. Vortex is drawing every single situational card in his deck. He's got Silence, a Taunt Remover, Weapon Removal, and AoE Clear, and none of them are applicable at the moment.
Why doesn't he just play the Harrison here? He doesn't want the Akanai to die.
Yeah.
That's why, it's a good
He doesn't want
point,
to allow his opponent to perhaps be healing out of range.
Yeah. Because the Akanai should be trading into anything it possibly can here.
SEUNGJAE does not look happy. He's going to start killing his own Akanai.
No, you have to stay the course, SEUNGJAE.
No.
Oh, look at this. I think he's like super nervous or something.
Yeah.
Like he's made so many misplays here.
This has gotten to the point where I think the pressure is starting to buckle here.
Look,
I mean,
you just keep going to face. That's the only thing there is.
Another draw is not going to save you. The 5 damage per turn actually might. But then I guess you're overextending into Brawl.
I want to point out that if he had just not played this Akanai, he would be so high on health right now. He'd be up in the teens.
Yeah, at least be at 10. And then, like,
he'd probably be at 12.
No, but next turn he gets a 12, and then from that point on, Cruel Taskmaster is the only out for Warrior.
It's crazy.
Well, then this Brawl, like, do you play Brawl? Because then your opponent might be able to start healing the next turn, and you still don't have any signs of the cool Taskmaster. He might be just willing to hold on to it.
Do we have any scissors in here is the real question. Because you're going down, Frodan.
I am not going to eat this tie.
I'm going to make sure that you swallow. Like, open up, say, like it's under your tongue, Frodan. Swallow it, or you can't play video games.
God, I really hope nothing happens. I mean, I hope this tie is not a choking hazard. You know, a significant amount of pressure. I'm actually starting to get a little worried here for my stomach.
Execute.
So you execute
You're
Harrison.
going to use it. You're definitely going to execute.
Why didn't he play Sludge Belcher either?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or even Harrison. Is he worried about his opponent stealing a weapon? Like, these are creatures that you don't have to hold on to at all.
Well.
Okay, Sludge Belcher can get Shadow Madness. Oh, actually, is there?
I would mind control this.
Well, no, you can Shadow Madness and shoot it with your own hero power and steal the 1/2. Or, you know, mind controlling it actually makes a lot more sense to stop you from getting killed.
Yeah, it stops Gromash. I guess this is fine too, though. Attack to face and just kill him off.
No, I think mind control makes a lot more sense. That's 2 bodies.
Yeah. He might be afraid of something like a Rag coming down. But he has Shadow Rage, so yeah, I would have preferred that. But hey, maybe he can draw into something.
Oh, nope. He also has Silence and Taunt Removal too.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that's another scenario where having the Sludge Belcher might have been really important. But of course, we do see Ironbeak Owl, so that was another condition where you can get past it.
That is true.
This game has gone on so much longer than we thought it would at this stage.
Okay, are you trading in right now your Akanai so you can heal?
I think you need to start healing. You need to start. How many cards does Priest have in his
your opponent's low. You're dealing 9 points a turn. That's 3 turns that you kill him in.
You're right. But you also need to start, like, finding a way to answer your opponent.
You watch. He's going to be 1 turn from winning, and he's going to draw the card he needs to win, and you're not going to eat your tie.
You need to put yourself out of range. You need to put yourself out of range. Yeah, he hasn't used Holy Fire yet, right? So he still has it in the deck.
Well, his Akanai has to die before he can use that.
Warrior has 6 cards remaining. That's still a 1 in 6 chance, 17% to draw the winning card here.
What is it? What is it?
Shield Slam is not it. And Brawl has been held for so long.
Acolyte Brawl? What if that Acolyte lives?
That'd be game-changing.
All right. Black Knight comes out of here.
Well, injured Blade Master. That's about the medium result here.
Yeah.
And Priest can start healing again.
Okay, he needs to do that immediately. And he actually, I feel like if he draws a taunt, he can actually just take this. But okay, that's not what he needs. Heal up, heal up, heal up. Whoa, what's he looking for?
A second circle of healing.
Oh, he can definitely use that. He can absolutely use this. Thought
Steal.
Okay,
that's going to pick up some point cards. Okay, there is a Death Spike. So there are ways. There's like multiple outs here for Warrior. In fact, it's somewhat absurd that Warrior hasn't drawn a way to kill yet.
Yeah. Okay, he needs to actually Death Spite and go to face with everything and just like, he has to go all in on killing the damage.
Like, if he just draws Death Spite or Cruel Taskmaster or any way to activate the Gromash, this game is over.
He is losing his mind right now. Oh, God. This is so funny. Okay, so the Harrison. Okay, he's going to Loatheb first? Wouldn't you Harrison here?
Yeah, I would like the Harrison. Take away the damage.
Yeah, because if you Harrison after Loatheb, then, like, it's a lot easier for the Priest to clear you.
You don't want to hear something funny? Imagine if that was an Ooze. He had Ooze in. Oh, he had Gromash, and you play the Ooze, and you lethal your opponent.
That would have been too crazy, Frodan. Too crazy to imagine. Don't tell me to imagine things like that.
This game is so ridiculous.
So this is 8-9 damage. He has Sludge Belcher and Loatheb, which are the obvious plays here.
Right. He has to kill off this Loatheb. No, he has to.
Does he?
Because it protects the Sludge Belcher, right?
Okay. But it's double taunt, I guess.
I actually think Priest has won this game.
Oh my God! You have to eat your tie.
All right. Well, not this. I have to eat another tie, but because this one actually got as a gift. But if you give me another tie, I'll make it happen, Artosis.
Cowardly. Coward. That's the only word I have.
This tie actually has emotional significance, but If you give me another tie,
okay,
I'll make it
I'll
happen.
get you another. We'll get Tasteless's tie later on.
I don't break my promises. Oh, okay, I thought he had Shield Slam selected. How did this happen, by the way?
He just did not draw anything?
Yeah, but even more importantly, he waited so long on a lot of cards as well. I'm not going to even pretend.
He should have played Harrison right away.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like Vortex. Like, you save Harrison Jones. The worst thing that happens is you get Shadow or Death. And then your opponent plays a weapon right afterward. Like, he held Harrison Jones, but his opponent played a weapon, and he still didn't play him. Isn't that what Harrison Jones is for? Is this where Vortex tournament ends? It is, and SEUNGJAE is going to the semifinals.
God, I cannot believe that SEUNGJAE just took that game. That is just the craziest comeback ever. How low did he get him? It's just we'll get Frodan another tie later on. Believe me.
Not this tie.
We won't let him forget this.
Not this tie.
Not this tie.
Man.
Not this tie either. This was actually a gift as well. This is
actually
this is what happens when you become an adult. You get ties as gifts. But yes, this is also what sometimes happens in Hearthstone. Crazy games like this. I cannot believe it. What a wild win for SEUNGJAE. They're 3-0ing with Priest, by the way.
Well, I'm actually thinking about what's happening about 10, 15 minutes from now. I'm not thinking about that game. Well, you know, that closes up our first quarterfinal. And I'm at a loss for words here, Artosis. That was something I didn't expect at all. And Korea is going to be the one going to semifinals where he'll play the winner of Romania and Tunisia.
All right. Well, that's obviously a little bit favored for RDU, but we haven't really seen the Tunisian player. So getting second place in his group, which was a pretty strong group,
that's right,
could be a strong player. So that should be next, I believe.